Hi, welcome to week 4 of the Bellwood Minecraft Coding Club. Today we're going to look at a pretty simple way to create a lot of, let's call it vibrancy or life or texture to your worlds just by running around. So that's what we're going to do. I've opened up the code builder here in Minecraft, and I'm going to use a code starting command this time that's different from the on item used and the chat command that we've been playing with in previous weeks. So I'm going to click on player, and it's going to give me a bunch of these options here. So I'm looking for this one. It says on player walk. So what this means right now is that whenever you walk, because you're the player, whatever code is in here is going to start running, okay? So we're going to change that from walk to sprint or run. So running and sprinting in Minecraft, that would be like double tapping W will give you a sprint. If you just push it single, that's a walk, okay? I'm just using sprint so I have more control over when this code is running, because if I set it to walk, I mean, everywhere you step is going to run the code, right? So on player sprint is what we're looking for. Now there's two pieces to this code, and I'll show you how to make it a little more elaborate. So I'm looking for something blocks here, and if I click blocks, you have place block at. So what this means is it's going to place a grass block at me, 0, 0, 0. All right. We're obviously going to change that because grass blocks aren't that impressive, but that's the code we want. So our start command is on player sprint. Our place command is going to be what we're playing with today, okay? So place, and I'm going to use this code to like generate a forest around me. And I really like the look of the birch trees in Minecraft, so I'm just going to select that, birch sapling. But you can use whatever. Okay, birch sapling. Now, I don't want this to spawn on my person at all times. I kind of want a more random feel like a real forest would be. So this is the part 2 of our code. We're going to use the positions toolbox down here. It's got like a little bullseye target. Click on that. And this is one of my favorite things in Minecraft coding, the pick random position. So this works different than the other codes because it's going to replace our current position. Okay? If I didn't do this, it would just keep building birch blocks everywhere I step. But with the random position picker, I can set how, near or far that plant is randomly spawning. So it gives it more of a realistic kind of feel, okay? Now, let's talk about the coordinates. We have the X, the Y, and the Z coordinates. X is going to be side to side, left and right. The Y is going to be above and below. And the Z is going to be forward and back, okay? So we have to basically use coordinates to describe like a shape around us. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to basically make a square out of these numbers here. So the first one, I'm going to write 10. That means our first point is going to be 10 blocks to the right of me. And I'm going to change the Z coordinate to 10 as well.
Good morning, Bison. Just to remember that there is a senior boys volleyball meeting right now in the gym. Once again, senior boys volleyball meeting in the gym.
The 10 in the Z coordinate is going to produce a box that goes 10 in front of me, okay? Now, if I change this bottom one to 10, nothing's going to happen because I'm basically going to have two of the same point. So what I want to do is use negative numbers. So if I write negative 10, that now means to the left. So positive numbers in the X column are to the right. Negative numbers go to the left. So we have 10 right and 10 left. Somewhere in that range, a birch sapling will spawn. And same for the Z coordinate here. 10 positive means up front. Negative 10 means behind me. Okay. So what I have now is a box that goes 10 in front, 10 behind, 10 to the left, 10 to the right. Now, I'm not messing with the middle numbers because that is above and below, and I don't want any trees in the air or underground. It's just not going to work out. So let's test this, okay, before we do anything else here. So I'm going to hit start in the bottom. And if I just walk around, nothing happens, okay? If I fly, nothing happens. Only when I double tap W to sprint that will get this effect here. Just gonna run around a little. And you can see all the birch saplings are now randomly being placed here and there throughout the world. Okay, it's because I'm running, right? The code says when the player runs, put a birch sapling in this large box, the 10, I guess it's a 20 square by 20 square box around my person. All right, so that's fun and it works, but let's make it more fun. If you right click or double tap on an iPad, you'll get some comments here. We can delete blocks like this. We can add a comment, like if you wanted to make a note or something, get some help if you wanted. But I'm going to use this duplicate. I'm going to make a copy. Boop, and it makes a perfect copy of what I just did. And now I can have two things spawning at the same time. So I'm going to take that birch sapling and I'm going to look up a daisy. I'm going to add a flower to it, and I'm going to duplicate it again. And I'm going to add, let's add maybe a fern. Okay. So now I have three different things that are going to be spawning as I play. If I can get that on camera here. So when I sprint, make me birch saplings in that position, make me some daisies, random position, and make me some ferns. All right. So these three things together will make like a kind of a realistic forest, but you can obviously have as much as you want. You could have a whole list of every tree, every plant, if you wanted to do that sort of thing. And the duplicate function makes it real simple to kind of copy and paste. So you don't have to type in 10, 10, negative 10 over and over again. You don't have to keep looking for the stuff in your toolbar. So let's try that out before we go. And some of our trees have grown already. Okay, so I'm just walking, nothing's happening, but I come to an area where I want some forest, so I'm going to hit the double tap, start sprinting. And everywhere I run, these plants are going to randomly spawn around me. Pretty cool, eh? It's a good way to build a quick forest without having to kind of find all the saplings and plant them individually. And I also like to look at this. It looks a little more natural as Minecraft can get, I guess. Okay, so if I fly up, you can see the whole area where I ran around is now covered in these plants here. Pretty cool, eh? It's like a giant forest magic marker. And that's it. I'll take a screenshot. I'll send it to you on Edsby so you can check out what this code looks like and what it does. And I hope you have fun building your own magical forests. Feel free to customize anything in that code to make it your own. All right. Au revoir.